Well, this morning I'm gonna try to finish up the installation of the camera. I need to make a bracket to mount the camera to because I do not want to penetrate the exterior of the trailer. So I'm gonna do something to mount it on to the rear bumper. So stick around. So the basis of my bracket is going to be this piece of 1-inch square tube. I'm planning to cut a piece of it off and use that as a base. And then for the camera mount, I was looking at some, throw that down on the ground right there. I was looking at some framing stuff I had, and it's a nice T, should fit nicely, the bracket, and then I can just zip weld it on there, and it'll be nice and you know, be the thing, be the shit. So there we go. There's the bracket and how it'll sit on the T. So almost made exactly for this. Alright, so I got my piece of metal in there. I'm going to measure and cut my tube. So I want to get a 6-inch piece for the base, and that'll give me meat to, I'm going to use like probably some kind of strap to hold it on, because as I said, I really don't want to permanently damage the exterior of the trailer. So there's 7 inches. 7 inches. There we go. So I'm gonna do my best to get that straight. Got me a little hand jigsaw. Should be fine for this, and it's better than doing it by hand because I'm lazy. So here we go. Then I got my safety glasses on. So I've cut the base. I'm going to make sure I get it put in the right spot. I'm going to clean up where I'm going to weld, and then we'll put that on there. So let me stop the video. Alright, so I got my grinder out. Like I said, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit so I have a good clean surface to weld to. Okay, there we go. I got that cleaned up. Just say, let me get it set up to weld. Alright, so I got it set up, cleaned, ready to go. Now I'll try my hand at some crappy welding. So, here we go. Well, it's official. I've got some of the world's worst welds, but they're working. So I think it'll hold up my 1.2 pound camera successfully. So hopefully the flexing back and forth from driving down the road won't hurt it. So let's flip and do the other side. Alright, so let's get the ground back on there. Alright, so we're going to clean the sides off a little bit. And then we'll get the layout of the bracket, and then we'll zip her up. I think that's alright. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Alright, we got her mocked up here. I'm ready to weld, so let's do that and get this show on the road. Here we go. And there we go. Bracket completed. It appears that my shitty welding of a non-critical part is successful. So, there you have it. Next step is to drill some holes for the bracket, and that's what's up next. Alright, I installed the camera to see where the alignment holes were, so I knew whether to mount it this direction or this direction, and it ends up I got to mount it that way. Luckily I looked because I had it set in the other way, so we'll go from there. But that's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be, I think. Unless you go to that hole, I think that might be better right there. I think we'll go with that one. So let me take the camera back out, protect it, and mark my holes. We'll set it this way. Yeah, I think that's the way. All right, so there you go. All right, so we're gonna mark the holes with my marks a lot, and then we will drill the holes, even though we've already got one. There we go. So I got to drill 2 holes. So that one is there. I got to drill that one and this one. So let me get the drill out, and we'll go from there. All right, I have the drill. My welding leaves a lot to be desired. I don't think I'll ever be doing any chassis components with my welder, but you know, it does what it needs to do. There we go. Now we can get some tech screws and permanently mount this bracket to my bracket. So here we go. Alright, the tech screws are 8mm. Nice handy size. Alright, I'm going to take it apart and put some spray paint, try to prevent corrosion, make it look halfway decent. So that's what the next thing is, and then we'll take a ride and finish installing it and hooking it up. I'm going to install the tire pressure monitoring as well, and see if I can take the tires off and take them to the tire place and get them mounted so I can get it all done today. So wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, I've put a high-dollar paint job on this puppy, courtesy of Rust-Oleum. I'm gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna go look for something to mount that to the bumper. Well, this is a good thing. It's a 4-inch square tube, so I can go get those square brackets like that at Lowe's and figure out how to mount it up to there. So I'll just get those square brackets and mount them right to there, as long as the threads are like that. That's a good thing. Alright, now I know how to do it. The other thing I was going to do was take my tires to get the valve stem installed, but let's see how big the diameter these tires are so I can order some covers for it. And it appears they're 26 inches, give or take, since I'm not too good at holding the tape one-handed and filming with the other. So it's like 25, 26 inches. So diameter 26. All right, right there is the size of the rims, and I think it says 5.5J, 14 by 5.5J. So let me go look at the book and see if that's what's allowed. So it says single rear wheel, 14-inch diameter rim is what I'm assuming, and then it's 5.5J. So I loosened all the lug nuts, and then I put all my my leveling jacks down. Now I'm not going to use them to support the weight. I just don't want the trailer tipping when I jack it up to take the tires off. So that's my next step. Safety first and all that good stuff. So, and then I have jack stands to put under it once I jack it up. So there you go. I got the tires off so I can take it to the tire shop to install the TPMS valve stems. So there you go. There's safety first. I got all the jack stands down, plus my jack stands that I brought from the house. So as you can see, I just picked up my tires. I had Tire Kingdom or NTSB or whatever the hell, National Tire and Battery, install the valve stems with the TPMS monitors on it. So we're gonna go install the stuff now. All right, so we're here. I'm gonna reinstall these tires. So I'm gonna do a time lapse so you can, you know, make fun of me. Well, I got the wheels back on. Now it's time to mount the camera bracket that I made. What I did is made the bracket yesterday, and then I went to Lowe's and got these U-bolts. They're actually sort of, they're very blocky U's, but anyways, that's what I'm going to use to mount it. So I have that in my ratchet to tighten the bolts up, my bracket. And then I got to thinking about it, and I got a couple other blocks to make the whole thing congruous. I don't even know if that's a freaking word, but anyways, so I'm gonna go get those blocks, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So anyways, when I got to thinking about this and how it's gonna work, I figured that if I mounted it and I didn't have these blocks, it would rotate because only the ends were being held. So I'm gonna put the blocks on in addition to, and that should be able to keep it from rotating, help lock it in place, so to speak. So I'll do that. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get done with it. First thing is I want to measure and make sure I'm putting this in the center of the trailer. So let me do that. Well, I went to a slight design change. What I did is I took these two top pieces out, and then I could squeeze the brackets together, so that way the bracket is actually holding it in place. So I can put quite a little bit of force on it, and since the what I'm going to be putting on there is only about a pound, if that, I think we got a good design. It's not over engineered, not under engineered, but it is what it is. So I think just standing here looking at it, I think the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to get some lock washers for those, but other than that, I think we're good to go. Now I just got to install the camera, run the wire, install the TPMS, and of course I forgot the camera and the TPMS back at the house. So we're gonna head there, get that, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I'm back with the camera. All you really need for the camera is the camera and then a T20. So I'm going to put it on and I'll show you when I get done. So there it is. Now I'm going to run the wire, tie strap it in, and then once I get the TPMS hooked up, we will go from there. Alright, I got it wired up. Wired in, down, and then you saw me wiring up underneath the trailer already, so we're good to go. Now I just got to go put the TPMS in, and then we can program it all. Alright, so in the previous video I wired all this, getting it ready for me to actually install it. So far today I've installed my bracket for the camera, installed the camera. Now I'm going to install the TPMS module. Oh, and I got the tire pressure monitoring sensors installed at NTB. Just because I wanted to get them installed in balance. So long story short, here we go. This is the sensor. It said to put it where it's be protected. This looks pretty protected. So I'm gonna put it right here, and we'll go from there. All right, dynamite. Here we go, putting it back on. There we go. And the final countdown. Oh shit. What the fuck? Pause. All right. Got the cap off. I just gotta figure which way. I think it goes this way, so maybe I should put two in, but I'm not going to. There you go. It's protected. It's up out of the weather. Well, not really, but it's up and protected. So we've got it all installed. We got the tire pressure monitoring. We got the cable in. And we have the bracket installed way back there. So I think we're all good. I think I've installed this. Tires are back on with the tire pressure monitoring system. TPMS is installed. I'm debating whether to put another screw in or not, but I think it's pretty stout, you know. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And let's go. Well, I wanted to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to do a separate video on the actual programming of the tire pressure monitoring system, and I'll also in that video show you the backup camera. But and then I'm going to use it next weekend to go camping, so I'll probably post a video for that. But again, as always, thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated. If you get a chance, please subscribe, please share, please give it a like. I appreciate it, and have a super day.